What's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It is me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Bosses Clubhouse. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I hope everybody is having a blessed day, and I want to give a shout out to my bosses, but I want to give a special and especially special shout out to one of our own, none other than the head motherfucking truth slayer in charge. One with military wings to boot and a motherfucking boss. Mom of 3T Almeida. Happy birthday, Momo. It is Momo's birthday. If I have anybody that's willing to wish her a happy birthday publicly, please drop a birthday cake in the chat or a simple happy birthday will suffice. Happy birthday to you. I love what you do. I've loved you since day one and two. Happy birthday to you. I love you, Momo. I know that hurts some people's ears, and I'm sorry for it, but I'm just goofy right now, so I just wanted to do that. I felt like that for my girl. You're welcome, baby. Now, I know this is a hot hour. A lot of people are live elsewhere, and I get it. However, I have been looking over some of these items and issues, and I just wanted to come over here and have a quick chit chat about it. Now, you guys know I am very behind on my um, underground. And I've been trying to get caught up, and I know Momo is probably on the verge of cutting me completely off. I hope she don't. I love her. But I'm catching up slowly but surely, and I just want y'all to be patient. Right now, we're going to go ahead and bring some emails that I found that I think were posted last month. And thank you, mamas. I appreciate you. These emails were sent to another gentleman who is a part of the military family, and he TikToked copies of emails on a green screen. I don't have to redact anything because he already did it for me. That's something else that I don't play with is our military family. Shout out to all military areas: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Special SEALs, goddamn me, Private Reserve, Special Reserve. You, whatever it is, you name it, shout out to them. Much love and respect to them, and mad props for being on our very, very front line. However, this is a little disturbing. I read two. One of them I couldn't get because he never took his head out of the shot, so I couldn't capture the whole email. But I read two and I was disgusted, and so I didn't go any further. But you're gonna help me go further. So let me just share. Let's see. Window capture should do. Hang on. Just need to change this from videos. Mm, hmm. Oh, good. I found it. Okay. I'm still learning how to work this. Let me try to make this a little bigger for you because I'm looking through two devices and I'm not seeing too good. Oh, I didn't know you guys could see that when I did that. Well, that's no bueno. Anyway, okay. So the email reads, we just got told yesterday. And I don't know the dates of these emails other than what you see up top that says May 20th. So we just got told yesterday that unless we are fully vaccinated, we cannot go 50 miles off post, and it's basically impossible to get approved leave unless you are vaccinated or your family lives close by. It's unfair, and by doing this, they've made so many soldiers who didn't want to take it get it just so we can see our families. I appreciate what you're doing, man, and I really hope this helps and changes something. Now, let me give them a fair use. Let me give them a fair use sticker. Give 'em a fair use. I don't see it on the screen, so let me put this up. This commentary is protected under the Fair Use Copyright Disclaimer, Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Now that that's out of the way, hide that, go back to our emails. So I want to do a little commentary on this email because it touches me in a different way. Hang on, let me check the chat. The military is under attack right now. Please, I ask for extra prayers for our military out there fighting for our freedoms. Oh my God. Well, with that being said, let's give them the respect that they so rightfully deserve. If we can take a few moments for a prayer, if you would mind bowing your heads. Father God, we come to you as humbly as we know how. Lord Jesus, we ask that you wrap your merciful arms around all of our military groups, Lord. Keep them safe, Father. Spare unnecessary duress and emotions based on politics. Father God, exempt them from any of the headache that civilians get, Lord, because they're already in a stressful place. Lord, Father, protect them and their families, Lord. Bring them home peacefully and in one piece, Lord. These things we ask in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name we pray, amen, and thank God. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate that. Good looking out, Momo. Yes. All I can say right now. Yes, I can confirm this is true. Oh, wow. I also had my cousin who just retired Army Friday. His retirement papers were signed. Okay. Only can. Okay. Oh, y'all see that? Let me see. Can I pin that? Hang on, y'all. Let me see. Say something. Sign into chat. Not signing in. Open a browser. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, and if you can, I apologize. But I want to pin this because I need people to see this, whoever comes in late or whatever. Um, oh wow, so you can see that. So let's go back. Where's my email? Okay, so we'll go to the next email. Now, this email has a title, If You Don't Get Vaccinated, Then Blank. They redacted the date that this was sent, but the time was at 10 o'clock in the morning. They said, I'm in blank. And initially, none of us had the vaccine, and the majority of us did not want to get it. However, little by little, command started to make changes, and it was easy to see they were trying to influence us to get it. So we got here in January. Nobody was vaccinated, but because of the restrictions and threats they started to make, soldiers started conforming. They said if you didn't get it, you'd have to wear a mask everywhere. You could have your gym privileges revoked, among other things. So now, command goes around their checklist. You would think they would have better things to do, considering we're in a combat zone with a very real threat. They go around with their checklist, and if they find us without about the base without a mask, we're subject to disciplinary action. Now, that's all of that particular email that he showed us. But the correct word is not influence. The correct word, in my opinion, my commentary, my comment, my debate, fight me. The correct word is intimidate. Now, I don't want nobody, you know, I don't want nobody saying, I don't know what intimidate is or what it means. So we're going to read it straight from the thesaurus online. Hang on, let me catch up in the chat. Yes, that's big, huge news. Him signing those papers means only one thing. He is the commander in chief of our military currently. Oh, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. I just wanted to definitely get through the emails. But yeah, we're going to talk about her comment and the reason I have it pinned. They can't make jab mandatory, but they can make your life miserable until you do. That's horrible. Absolutely. So I said the word influence was not the correct word, that intimidate was the better word to be used. And the definition of intimidate is to make timid or fearful, frighten, to compel or deter by or as if by threats to get you to do something that you don't want to do. An example of intimidation is acting in a way that inspires fear or demands great respect. Okay. So I'm going to go back to what I said. And I said the correct word was they weren't trying to influence you, they were intimidating you. And they weren't trying, they were doing so. Because anytime somebody treats you in such a way that you don't agree with, and you don't conform to what they're asking you to do until you are so become so unhappy with the way you're treated or your environment that you do conform, it is absolutely intimidation. And as a matter of fact, the term changes from intimidation to coercion. But we're not going to get into that. Y'all don't want to hear nothing about it, but we're going to talk about these emails. And I only got one more left, and then we're going to jump in what's going on over here. Okay. This is our last email. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay. I'm in the USMC. For those who don't know, I believe that's United States Marine Corps. If I'm incorrect, I apologize. Momo, check me. You know you check me. I believe that's United States Marine Corps. First thing is, my unit is telling us we will be non-deployable and will not be able to go on the deployment coming up here in a few months. Non-deployable. Momo, I'm not. I know she's probably in an uncomfortable position. If you can put it in the chat, cool. If you can't understand, because we can Google it, I don't mind. But if you could tell us what non-deployable means, I would appreciate it. What I think it means is that even though you guys are ready for action and y'all ready to go out there and let's get it in, you can't go. Right now, we're not doing nothing. We're not going nowhere. We are locked down, shut down. and and when you were supposed to be leaving out 3 months from now, that's changed. You ain't going no goddamn where until further notice. Now, we're gonna keep reading and then we're gonna talk about that. Second thing, they're bribing us with time off work and 96s. 96, according to this paragraph, means a 4-day weekend. Okay. If so many people in our unit take the time off, they're bribing us. Well, if so many people, okay, so he's saying if the people in his unit get the jab, then they're going to give them a 4-day weekend, but it's got to be enough of them to get it. Ain't that some shit? Oh, let me stay focused. Third, they said here soon, if the numbers don't match up what they want for vaccinations, then they will take our leave, and everyone who is not vaccinated will not be allowed to go home or travel anywhere until they get the vaccine. I'm gonna try not to cuss. That's all I can. That's all I can. That's all I can do is try. Let me get in the chat real quick. Correct. Okay, good, Mama. Hey, left-handed Libra. Hey, baby. Thank you for coming over. Y'all, please hit the like button for me, please. Thank you. Oh, I, sorry, that was an accident. Anyway, I really have a serious problem with them demanding anything from our military other than for them to rise and shine every day. Not a damn thing. Don't bother them about no shot. Don't bother them about, well, you were supposed to go to DC, but now we're going to send you to Washington. And, in 6 months, we're going to send you to Oregon. I don't need you to be fucking with them about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I got a problem with that. And hey, we knew it was going to be a war, a tug of war, if you will, internally, domestically, in our own house. Why? Because certain people believe a lie. And the ones that know the truth are fighting for their voice to be heard, counted, acknowledged, and responded to. What lie you talking about, BBK? Well, I'm glad you asked. The lie that Ben Line is somebody. He ain't shit but a lying ass thug and a piece of shit. That's all he is. But I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't want to step on nobody's toes. That's just my feeling on who he is. He ain't shit. And he damn sure ain't my commander in chief, bitch. I ain't vote for you. I ain't riding with you, and I ain't going with you. Plain point blank and simple. So it's people that believe he controlling shit and he running shit. Whereas you have those that know the truth, which is you won your position illegally. Therefore, you are null, void, and a moot point. We don't know you. We don't acknowledge you. We don't recognize you. And I don't respect you. Let me get in the chat. Yes, it means you cannot go anywhere, not battle ready. And by being non deplorable, you can be in trouble because you're supposed to be battle ready 24/7. If you're not, you can be in trouble. Ooh. So non deplorable doesn't just mean you ain't going nowhere. It means if you have not had the jab, you ain't going nowhere, nigga. You benched. You are on the sidelines. You are out the game. You are non compliant. You are worthless. You are useless to us at this time until. How dare you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Nigga, you mad because the military that you are supposed to command and be chief and overseer or don't acknowledge you or respect you? Are you mad that the overseers and management of that military, otherwise known as the Pentagon don't know you, don't respect you, don't acknowledge you, nigga? You mad? See, I knew when they came down there to protect your funky bald head, big waterhead ass, puss bucket ass, punk ass, when they came down there in January to try to protect your funky ass, I was really hoping they was coming to drain out the goddamn swamp on national television. That's what I was really hoping. But the reality of it is, when you made them people slip on the concrete downstairs in the underground parking garage, you no good son of a bitch. I knew right then y'all had y'all ass on y'all shoulders. Fuck you and everything you going through. I said that. Ooh, that feels so good. Oh my God, that feels so good to get that off my chest. If y'all don't hear from me in the next couple of days, you know they got me. I'm just saying. Ooh, that feels so good. You know, I don't like bullies. I've said that before. I hate bullies. I don't like bullies. And I feel that bullies should be put down viciously. And I feel like it's one thing to bully civilians. But then when you start to bully somebody who provides the freedom that I have, the person that's out there putting their life on the line, they're out there willing to die for me. Man, when you fuck with them, I got a motherfucking problem and I don't need no help. I'll come at you by my motherfucking self. Fuck you, I ain't scared of you. Oh, y'all, that feels so good. Oh my God, this is so annoying to me. Let me catch the chat. Yes, and subject to UCMJ discipline. That's not right at all. Basically, making it mandatory, but not saying it's mandatory. Hey, right, right, Momo. They're making it mandatory without saying it's mandatory. Absolutely, that's exactly what they're doing. But see, the families aren't the ones suffering the most. It's the military. How can you expect them to do their job when you fucking with them? You understand what I'm saying? See, first of all, what you think you're gonna do? You think at some particular point in time, what you gonna do? What you call it? Call the MCs to come get them. The military, the MPs. I'm sorry, what I say, MCs, not the mistress of ceremony. No, the MPs, the military police. What you gonna do? Throw them in jail? Put them in the barricade? I can't even think of the name of it right now. But the military jail. What you gonna do? Put them in a military jail? You're going to take away numbers from our front line to protect us in any fight whatsoever. You're going to take them off the front line because they haven't had the jab? Because, see, if I didn't know no better, I would be thinking that, bitch, you trying to set us up. What do I mean by that? Let me tell you what I mean. Bitch, you're going to take away probably 1 million military personnel and lock them up because they didn't get the jab. We already fucking into it with Chinwa. We got a hand over here. We got a stake in the Iran situation. And fucking Israel and Gaza over there been chunking rockets and missiles of shit for the last couple of weeks. God knows who else is fighting. Hell, I believe Germany was into it with somebody over there. Listen, when it come time for us to defend ourselves or jump in the fight to help our brethren, we're gonna be short. And the number that come home may be even shorter. That's gonna be on your head, dog. I feel like it's a setup, like you trying to set up my safety, my freedom. And I'm gonna tell you something, Chinwa will never bring their military over here and run a motherfucking thing other than their mouth and their shoes. That's it. That's it. What the fuck you trying to do? I don't get it. Well, what are you trying to prove? And who you trying to prove it to? UCMJ equal Uniform Code of Military Justice. Oh shit. Mm. That's like that's like the highest court, I believe, and that's sounds like a constitutional law, if you will, or a military law. And the word I was looking for earlier was branches. Bless all the military branches. That's what I meant. It didn't come to me. I must be getting old. Military are the only ones standing in the way of our freedoms and tyranny. So basically, they're under attack. Yeah, okay. And see, and I didn't see it that way. But yes, you are. You are attacking our military. You're being a fucking bully, and you're putting my life in danger. Now, bitch, 3 strikes and you out. I don't know why nobody else can see this and understand this. And yes, it pisses me the fuck off to the point to where I get so mad and get so overwhelmed to keep from doing something stupid. I have to back off. But this, I'm not backing off for some make believe play stuff. I'm not backing off from a nursery rhyme, bitch. I'm backing away from real life. I'm fighting for freedom. I'm fighting for my life, my freedom, my justice. And it's the same life, freedom, and justice that's offered to you, offered to Momo, and any and everybody else that's around. It's the same freedom. We should all be on one accord. But see, that's why we always stay fucking losing, because we can't never come together. Oh, I know somebody don't like this type of teaching right now. I don't give a fuck. Ooh, I've been holding this, holding it. I'm tired of arguing and fighting with people in real life. I'm tired of arguing and fighting with my family. I'm tired of waking up and finding out more truth and how much more danger I'm in because of my own people. I'm tired of treading lightly, trying to, protect my brand or my channel or my whatever it is. I'm tired of being censored. I'm tired of not really saying what the fuck I want to say about his ass out of fear. I'm tired of being tired. How about that? That's about the size of it. Tribunals are held under UCM. Okay, okay. So now, Momo, um, I saw something in the underground, and I don't know how old it was, but I thought it was saying something about when the swamp is when the big house is drained from when it hits the tip top, that the judge that they will see will be in a military tribunal. And did I see that somewhere? Am I understanding that as they're draining the swamp from the big dogs, their justice will be held by a military court? Or did I misunderstand that? Do you remember? You don't have to if you don't. It's okay. I'm just I'm frustrated because if we need 3 billion military ready at all time and we got 1.5 billion, we 1.5 billion down because they ain't with the shot thing, nigga. That's a that is a what do you call it? That's gonna be a what? That's going to be a 25% chance that we lose. Because all our boys can't come to play. All our boys ain't ready. We ain't fully stocked, locked, and loaded, ready to rock and roll. So if we lose and somebody else come and take over and run shit, what? Do we still get freedom or are we ran like they ran over there? Because see, everybody else's country is run different than ours. That's why we always bragging about the freedoms, our freedoms. See, our chief and commander is supposed to be the overseer of that, but the reality of it is our military is the one putting their life on the line every day going out there. So I understand they do what they're told. They don't make no decisions. They do whatever they told, and they can't break what they're told. They got to do it. I get that, but still, they're the ones out there putting their life on the line. Whenever you get through playing with semantics, yes, they will all be in military tribunals during the swarm of treasonous bastards. Oh, that's right, yeah, treason, yeah, yeah. So now, for those that are still confused, which I see quite a few have left, and that's okay. But for those of you that didn't understand it, I hope it's starting to come together for you. Now, it ain't, you don't hear nobody talking about it because of censorship. They don't want you guys to wake up. They want you to stay with blinders on and believe whatever the hell they tell you. And if you don't believe that Fox and MSNBC and NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, if you don't think they bought paid for it, now that you can probably Google and find out. You're going to have to put your own work in. They report on what they're allowed to report on, what they're told to report on, and they spin it in any way that they're told to spin it. Yes, ma'am, they spin narratives. What is a narrative? A lie. A lie. That's the whole point. They're trying to weaken our military. See, you learning with me. This military right here, who we talking to right now. See, so you got an advantage because you're getting it from somebody who walked the walk, talked the talk, pull the trigger the same way they do. You're privy to that firsthand information, so that should be special. That should be something special for you. Yeah. Hang on. They know they have no control over our military, so that's why they're attacking them and trying to weaken them. Yeah. See, Bin Laden's supposed to be the one with the keys to the boy to the military boys and girls. He's supposed to have the key. He got the key, but bitch, we done changed the motherfucking locks. His key don't work. So the Pentagon running shit. And they don't fuck with Bin Laden. Now, when have you ever known that to happen? I'll wait. Hmm. I'll wait. When have you ever known the Pentagon to not be uh to be in control of some shit? Who controls the Pentagon? It ain't been lying, not this year. Military doesn't recognize the cheater as the commander in chief, and that's why they being attacked. And they know Don is the commander in chief of the military. See that now that part really irks people. I don't really get why, but you better get with the program, boo. You better get with the motherfucking program. I don't know why that hurt y'all so bad, but he's still running shit, and you should be proud of it. Because how the fuck would you like it if you looked up and Chinua had your ass over here saluting and bowing down and sitting on the floor kissing the ground like you Allah Yahweh or Islam or Muslim or something and doing all the kind of shit, cutting off all utilities. We ain't got no electricity and get rid of all electricities and appliances and things out of their homes. Bitch, that's your oven, that's your microwave, your refrigerator. Go cook your shit outside. Find a way to preserve your food out. Y'all ain't understanding. Y'all act like y'all can't fathom what's going on. I don't know how to break it down anymore for you. Y'all don't have to wake up, but I can tell you one goddamn thing. I can tell you one thing. If something happened and we need more military, what you think we're gonna have to do? Where you think we're gonna get them from? If you went to a fight, you were supposed to be going to a fight to fight one, and you got there and you got to fight four. Who you gonna call? Huh? You gonna have to let them out the jail to come and fight. But they feeling kind of salty about how you did them, so maybe they'll play sick. Or maybe they'll act like they hurt. Or maybe they'll go to the post and not shoot a motherfucking thing unless they just got to. What? What? You're gonna have to call for backup. You're gonna have to call somebody that you done rolled out with before, somebody you done rolled out for before. But you're gonna have to call somebody to come and help you. Who are you going to call? Momo said the proof is everywhere. You just have to open your eyes to see it. DJT is still signing their orders and papers and medals. Look at all the military security around DJT versus Bin Laden. Y'all know who DJT is? That's Cheeto Head, aka Donald. Mm-hmm. Hang on, let me go check on my chicken real quick. Give me some. It's gonna be super good. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, this is what we're working with. This is what we're looking at. This is what is happening with our military. Um, it's unfortunate, but what can you do? If you haven't woken up, please wake up. If you wake up, wake somebody else up. It's got to be a unified effort. It's got to. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And right now, it's taking so long because a lot of people are backing out. Let me tell you something. Do y'all remember the lady I told y'all about, Marjorie Green? She was a Georgia representative, and she filed impeachment papers on Ben Line. Remember when I told y'all that? She filed impeachment papers on Ben Line, and they didn't fire her, but they tortured her. They gave her a lot of grief, like they do in the military. And they pretty much told her, you're going to lose your spot. You suspended from your spot because of what you did. She's now fighting them because when she goes on the House floor, she don't wear her mask. She hasn't worn her mask for a couple of days. She's not the only one. There are several others who haven't worn their masks. Marjorie Taylor Greene, badass. Yes, she is, Momo. Now, here's how I go, and I'm glad Momo's still in here so she can check me when I fall off wrong. But I did read it, and I actually took some notes. There's somewhere here. What is this? Is this my notes? Here are my notes. Um, if you're in on the house floor and you're doing, I love her and I stand behind her 100%. Absolutely, Momo. Absolutely. If something happens and you're inappropriate on the house floor, there's someone there called the sergeant at arms, and he's kind of like the muscle in the house, in the house room, in the room that they call it on the house floor. So he's the one that gets you in check. He's the one to chin check you or whatever it is needs to be done. Well, let me tell you, Nana P has been trying to pull her cojones on and try to warn Marjorie and tell her she better wear her mask. She even gave her a written warning. And baby, let me tell you what Miss Marjorie did. Miss Marjorie hit that motherfucking camera, came on and said, "Hey y'all, Nana P just gave me this written warning about what's gonna happen if I don't wear my mask when I come back on the floor." And she ripped it in shreds, right? Now, first thing I want to tell you is that we got this information from Nana P's spokesperson. See, not necessarily saying they spinning on narrative, but she talking, "Hey Raina, hey Mama Sita." It's Nana P's spokesperson that's telling this, right? They go on to explain to us that Nana P, if you didn't know, Nana P is the House Speaker. Okay, you got Ben Line, you got Kamala, and then you got Nana P. Nana P is out of order. It's not her job to chin check nobody on the House floor. That's not a part of her job duties. Girl, it's the sergeant at arms job duty to chin check a bitch. And guess what? Marjorie and all of the other politicians that wouldn't wear their mask on the floor knew that. See, that's part of the problem. People that's got their positions illegally are not respecting the fact that we're not respecting them in that capacity, in that position. So while Nana P thought she was moving grapes, bitch, she wasn't moving turnips because nobody wasn't paying her no attention. And the sergeant at arms, when they tried to question him, he didn't say nothing. Trying to use authority where they ain't earned it. What kind of mess is that? Oh, I got some more shit. I done found my notes now. We might be here just a little while longer. Now, that I didn't catch his name, but the House Minority Leader is his title. He offered a resolve, and I'm just speaking to you, in layman's terms. Don't quote me. This is my words for understanding, not his. But he basically said, "Look, there's no need in everybody fighting. I know how we can fix this. I know how we can fix this. When we come on the House floor, just don't be so stressful about the mask. For the people who agree with it and are comfortable with it, they'll wear their mask. And the people that are not, they won't. We can still get our work done." They said, "Well, let's vote." Nigga, who the fuck you think you is? We gonna wear the mask whether you want to wear it or not. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. 218 ayes and 210 nays. He said, "Shut the fuck up and sit down, nigga. We gonna wear these masks." Oh, it, nobody's gonna. They not gonna ride that because you was out of order. You ain't have no right to do it to them. Now here's the kicker: they can get in trouble for not, for getting in trouble by the sergeant at arms. If the sergeant at arms get in their ass, they can get in trouble. They can get a $2,500 fine, I think, on the second or third uh, event. Yeah, they get in trouble. NP should be more concerned with the Jihad Squad. Leave my Marjorie Taylor Greene alone. Uh-oh, he's finna get Momo riled up. Kevin McCarthy needs to grow some and stand with Marjorie instead of conforming. Oh, child. You see me trying to keep it cute. Now, I want to tell y'all something. If you know any Uber or Lyft drivers, let me tell you something that they've been working on. California. I can only tell you about California. This is what I know about California Uber or Lyft drivers. They are requiring that those drivers get an electric vehicle in order to Uber or Lyft. Ain't that some shit? They didn't already pass it. They didn't put it on no ballot for us to vote on it. They didn't already did. They thug thizzle. If you are Ubering or Lyft and you use this, see, I'm gonna have to do a separate video on this so I can, and I'll probably come back and do it, or I'll just upload it from another thing. But I'm gonna have to do a separate video on this one so it can stick out. But if you are Ubering or Lyfting and it pays the bills, bitch, you might as well get ready to go get an electric car because by 2030, you got 8 years to work it out. Go get a better job so you don't have to Uber or Lyft. By 2030, you will have to have an electric car to do 90% of your Uber or Lyft. Now, I want to show you something. I want to show you how they play with the semantics. The same way they're bullying the military by saying, you can't do this, this, that, and the third if you don't take it. They're they're cutting off all the privileges and benefits if they don't take it because they can't make it mandatory. It's not a law. You can't force someone to do it, but you can make their way of living difficult for them where they will conform just to be left alone, right? This bill that they pass says you have to have an electric car for 90% of your driving time. Why? Because if they were to say 100%, that would make it mandatory. And you cannot force me to buy a car or lease one of yours. Because that's what you're basically doing. So that's why they said 90%. Why? Because the 10%, you can't even see it and you're not going to be paying any bills with it. Not with the 10%. You would have to be straight Ubering your ass off in some of the busiest places possible. See, in California, they probably make a grip of money. That's why they have so many issues. But is the money worth the headache? Different video. So I wanted to tell you that. Oh, and it talks a little bit about the electric vehicle, which one of the reasons why I hadn't brought it to everybody was because I wanted to research the pros and the cons of having an electric vehicle. Well, what I got from the article that I was getting this information from, they says that the electric vehicle has to charge for hours just to drive 35 miles. I can pull my Honda up to the gas pump, fill my shit up in about 5 minutes, and drive to that bitch run dry. Now, who you messing with? And if I get to another gas station, I can fill it up for 5 more minutes and drive hours again, unlike the electric car. See, I wouldn't want no car that limits when I can drive. I would not even want the hybrid because I think I understood them to say that the hybrid is part electric, but then if it's not charged, it runs on the other part of the motor. It's a conflict of interest to have both motors, so I'm sure your driving time on the other end of the motor is limited as well. But yeah, I wouldn't want a car like that. Now, I'm gonna have to do a separate video on this as well. I thought about buying these books so that we can go through the books together and I could do a reaction video or something like that. And I think I still might. You guys tell me what you think about it. So, a lady, and Momo, I think you saw this video. A lady, does a TikTok or whatever, and she shows she's got a brand new baby, what his name is, and so excited to have her first child. She went out and decided she was going to get some books. I'm doing this like a story time. She decided she would go out and get some books. So, when he gets bigger, she can read to him and he can learn how to read these books and he can, see how learn, get his life lessons, help get life lessons from the book. So one of the books that she bought is called Book C, and they said C was for consent. It's a picture book that goes into detail about consent with your body, consent of your body with family and friends. Now, first of all, for a 3-year old, 4-year old, 5-year old, consent don't even need to be in none of the books that he or she reads. I'm just saying. Number two, consent of his or her body, they don't have the right to consent to anything to their body. That's my job. And I say no. Okay? But the fact that you are now making the children's books more like how you feel they should be and not how their parents feel is disappointing. Let's go to another book. This other book is called Will Ladybug Hug? It's a detailed book about a ladybug who hugs all of her friends. But one of her friends don't like to hug. I'm going to tell you it was a sheep. Can you imagine what he looked like? He was black with white hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a black sheep with white hair. But anyway, his friend didn't like to hug. So I think that talks a little bit more about your body and what makes you uncomfortable, right? I can only imagine what it would lead into or what it would segue into. This third book called Only for Me, it was interesting because I got the author's name and the name of the illustrators or the person that painted the pictures. I got their information as well. But on this particular book, I noticed how she was oh so sly with making sure I couldn't get that last name. But it's okay because I think I found the book. It's called Only for Me, and it is an illustrated picture detail book about consent with your body and what is comfortable and uncomfortable. Didn't I just say I'm wondering where this would lead to, how it would segue to? You're going to combine the both of them together. But see, I don't like that the same way I didn't like when you guys decided to start selling these um, little baby dolls in the Walmarts and things, and they got little clits and little Peter Weeders and peppers and little things down between their legs that a child activates the words that the baby's supposed to say sentences, But in order to activate them to say sentence, the child got to go down there and play with the clit or the Peter Weeder and activate it so that it can say the 9 out of 10 sentences. Like, come on now. That's not for you to decide. I didn't like that then. I don't like it now. But you know what? The good thing about it, bitch, is that the babies ain't old enough to read. I am. So that's some shit you would have to look into before you buy the books. Now I can understand better why people are always standing around Barnes and Noble. I didn't. I would go to my kids' school or go buy them from the we had bookstores back then, real bookstores, businesses and bookstores and stuff. I would go to the bookstore and buy a lot of smart kid books for mine. We did book drives, and a lot of books we got from book drives. I can't say I really paid attention to them then, like I am now, and it's unfortunate because ain't no telling what could have been in them books. But my kids was outside type of kids. They was outside playing outside like street kids do, climbing trees and shit, riding bicycles, learning how to ride skateboards. They played outside. Can we not just let the kids alone? They can't stand there pretty and humble. They can't take it, Raina. They can't take it. But see, now this make me want to go to the Barnes and the Noble and go over there to the kitty aisle and open books and video and show, you know, what they're trying to teach them in the books. It's ridiculous. You're gonna try to put in an illustrated book something about a child consenting their body, giving their body over to somebody as a child? Girl, let me get off this thing before I get pissed off again. I done already cussed Bin Laden and his whole group out, girl, and it felt so good. But I'm finna get off here because I'm getting pissed off all over again. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. I appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button on your way out. I love you. Shout out to all my bosses, my cave dwellers, subscribers, supporters, allies, ops, and haters. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Mwah.